Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to another INFJ Ramble. I hope you're doing well and I hope you are having a beautiful day. I don't know, I decided to make this video to help people who are struggling with like some kind of emotional, I don't know, tie. Like if you're trying to like, I don't know, unblock energetic stuff in your psyche, in your energy field, because I notice like when we go through life we experience things or people or whatever, and it keeps us kind of like bound to some type of suffering. And I'm like, you know what, I'll make a video on this so people can help themselves get through that or let those things go. Like people say let go, but it's not really that easy, it's especially if it's a deeply set impression in your mind, and it's really, really like kind of like enmeshed itself in your emotional body, Let's get to it before I ramble too much. I use something called visualization. And I don't know, I heard about visualization over a decade ago, and when I first came across this concept I was just like, what is that? Like, I don't even know what you mean. They're like, just like use your imagination, and I'm just like, what does that mean? Like, how do you do that? And it's funny, for people who know how to do it, it's a piece of cake, but you have a lot of people who just don't know how. And this is why I'm making this video. First of all, what the heck is visualization? People are like, just envision it, just visualize it. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's hard to do, unless you've been taught or somebody has kind of guided you through that. I'm so hot right now. Oh my goodness, I have to read dirt. Can I feel this AC? Oh, it's blowing here, so I have to. Sorry. Yeah, so what the heck is visualization, guys? So I'm going to tell you about my experiences, and then maybe it will help you to help yourself to, I don't know, heal yourself, Because you have to feel it to heal it. You can't repress it. You can't push it down. You can't push it to the side. You can't, pretend it's not there. It's there. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you and your attention. And until you give it those things, it's just going to be kind of trapped somewhere in your psyche. Okay, so visualization to me is kind of like a meditation, like guided meditation, or like hypnotherapy, I guess, hypnosis, where you just kind of like, I don't know, put yourself in a state of mind where you can direct your awareness into your psyche, and you navigate that through, like, I want to say directing your awareness, like consciously directing your awareness into your imagination, so that you can pinpoint like what's keeping you blocked, what's keeping you locked in place, what traumas are like wanting your attention. I've done the first I want to say session I had, I did consulted a healer or a psychic or a medium, and what happens, and I don't know, I've done like 2 sessions, and I've also done on myself today, and I just wanted to tell you about it. So basically it starts off by priming your mind and your body to get into a very relaxed state of mind. Normally they'll tell you to, like, I don't know, sit upright or lay down, whatever's comfortable for you, and then you close your eyes. Like for me, I like to do corpse position. If you don't know what corpse position is in yoga, it's when you like lie on your back in the bed, and I literally just kind of like, with my palms facing the sky, and my feet just kind of like facing outwards, and I just go into like complete relaxation mode. For people who have like experience with meditation, it's a little easier. You know, if you are not accustomed to meditation, then it might be a little bit more challenging. But they'll tell you to like focus on your breath. Like they'll tell you, okay, take deeply inhale, deeply exhale, deeply inhale, deeply exhale. They'll probably tell you to do it like 10 times, you know. And then they'll tell you to just kind of relax and be present and, you know, kind of like feel your body, feel your breath. And then they'll count down like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then they'll be like, okay, you're in a room. What does this room look like? You know? And, you know, like, it's almost like free reign in your imagination. Like, you know, there's no, like, right or wrong way to view it. There's no, like, constraints or restrictions on what your visualization looks like, because it's your imagination. You're literally being, like, guided to walk through your imagination. And, like, they'll tell you, like, what does this room look like, you know, down to the detail. And then they'll tell you, like, how do you feel in this room? And then some people will like tell you like, okay, there's a staircase, go down the staircase. Or what does a staircase look like? Go down the staircase. Okay, what does this room look like? What does it feel like? You know, you can like access your inner child and heal your inner child, like hug your inner child in the space. And then they'll tell you like, you know, I don't know, envision a place that makes you feel calm and peaceful. I'm going to tell you about a couple of, like, experiences I had just to give you an idea. So the first person, yeah, she made me lie down, close my eyes, do the breathing, you know, become hyper present. She did the countdown. She asked me, what does the room look like? And fast forward, like, towards the end of the session, she told me to get the most painful feelings that I felt. What does it look like? And, you know, for me it was like, oh, it's very dark. It's very like, you know, it's like really like, I want to say dark. I forget. It was kind of like a dark mist with like lightning bolts, kind of like electricity just kind of like cackling in it. And she told me to, you know, take that pain that I visualized and put it in an orb, contain it, encase it in an orb, which I did. And she told me to put this orb on the altar and send it off to the light, which I did. And I actually like helped heal some ancestral trauma through that methodology, you know, because after this session was over, she said that a woman appeared to her, and she said that the woman said she was my grandmother. And I was trying to like figure out, okay, what grandmother? You know, it turns out it's a grandmother I had never met. It was my great grandmother, before I was even born. And she was cloaked in black. You know, the psychic medium healer was saying, oh, you know, your grandmother was cloaked in black. She looked really sad, and she wanted to say thank you. And then she kind of like was released into the light. So I believe it was my mom's mom. Yeah, I've never met the woman, but it's like intuitively I felt, you know, like I knew her, and I immediately started weeping. Yeah, so I released all that ancestral pain, you know. Let's see, the most recent, I don't know, I had another one. It wasn't that effective, honestly. And I paid $300 for it. $300, 300 buckaroonies. It wasn't that effective, but, you know, I was open to trying, because, you know me, I'm like, open to trying new things. You don't know till you try. But today, I actually did one by listening through to a video on YouTube, which is absolutely free, guys. You know, it's like YouTube, 15 to 20 minutes of visualization. And yeah, she started off like the other ones told me, like, lie in the bed, be relaxed, take some breaths, calm yourself, be very present. Okay, close your eyes and visualize. I'm gonna tell you what I did, because I've been having a really tough time letting go of a particular situation. And yes, it is tied to 2023. It was like, on a mental level, I know what I need to do to heal, but energetically, I still feel some tie. And I haven't fully cleared it, even though I've been proactively trying to clear it. And today I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to like do something about this, because it's been really heavy for me to like carry and process. And so yeah, I found this video on YouTube. I will link the link below so that you can have access to this video, because it was quite effective for me, and it might be effective for you. But the lady was like, okay, envision a room. And honestly, okay, the room I envisioned was pitch black. But then I would get like, you know, like how when you're like recollecting memories, and you'll see like visualizations of like past occurrences. And so I was envisioning like past occurrences with a particular person. And it was all the good times that we had, you know? But it was in a very pitch black room. And it was like ethereal. Like the visions that I was getting of revisiting these moments was very ethereal. Like it wasn't, you know, super solid. And it was just like all the good times that happened, you know? And then she was like, okay, envision a door. And it's funny, the door that I envisioned was already open. So before she, you know, she was telling me to envision a door and to open it, but I'm like, okay, this door's already open. Like I can see like a big crack in the door, and it's like gleaming golden light. So like, it's just like, I didn't even have to open the door was already open. She's like, okay, walk through the door. So I walked through the door, and I entered this like, I want to say like space. It's not even a room, it's just a space that is just absolutely golden light everywhere, you know? It was almost like a blank room. There was no objects really. It was just golden. And I remember she's like, how do you feel? And I'm like, okay, I feel peace, I feel freedom, I feel like wholeness, I feel safe, I feel like empowered, you know, like no worries. And then she's like, okay, visualize a key. And the key that I visualized was not golden. It was like aluminum or something. And you know how like normally like you have that part that you hold to like stick in and unlock? No, like the thing that I held was actually like big enough for my whole hand to fit through, right? Like it had like a huge thing where I could fit pretty much my whole wrist through, and then the little key thing at the end. And she's like, okay, hold this key to your heart. And so I held the key to my heart, and she's like, unlock your heart. And so I unlocked my heart. She's like, what do you see? And I saw a very, like, a clear, almost like quartz crystal staircase shaped like DNA strand, like a single strand going straight up into the sky. And it was like never ending. Like when I looked up to see the end of it, I couldn't even see the end. It just went straight up. And I went on the stairs and I started walking up, and I remember just feeling peace and wholeness and just being empowered. Like there was no fear, there was no doubt, there was no tension, there was no doubt. I just felt free, you know? I felt peace. And as I was walking up the staircase, I remember like all I could see around me was this, like endless expanse of sky. And what really caught my attention in the sky, I mean, it was beautiful, it was clear, there was, you know, white clouds and stuff, but there was this beautiful and radiant golden sun. And I remember as I was like kind of traversing the staircase, it constantly was being fixated to look at the sun. And the sun, eventually, It's like it was far away, but it eventually ended up like here in my third eye. And I remember, like, next thing you know, I'm not even on the staircase, I'm sitting on this throne. And this throne is golden, and I'm in a golden space. And the sun that's illuminated in my third eye just kind of like spreads out and just kind of like, and I become like this like living sun, if that even makes sense. You know what I mean? And then I don't know, she was asking, how do you feel? Like, what does it look like? And I'm like, okay, I'm just basically draped in gold with golden sun in my third eye, and now I am the sun illuminating light. And then next thing you know, like, I envision myself as this huge angel that's standing upon the earth. Yeah, and it's not even like a life-size angel, it's like huge. Like, I don't know, like it almost looked like it was like at least, I don't know, it's hard to explain in words. A huge angel, just kind of like, I don't know, like basically so huge that I'm like able to like step in the oceans of the earth like it's a small pond, that big. And then I see my wings open up, and then I see myself just kind of like mentally creating these like energetic grids on the earth. It was weird, guys. And I just remember just feeling so much peace and clarity and love and wholeness and freedom, you know? But then like she walks you back, like, okay, now that you've seen all this stuff, like, you know, like, wake up, you know? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to release tension in my shoulder. But my whole thing is like, after I went through this 15 to 20 minute session, I just felt this huge weight release. Huge weight. And I want to say, when I kind of like revisit the whole like process, the dark room is your fears. You know, like in the beginning, like I was in a dark room, you know, and all your fears of like why you don't want to let go of something that's toxic for you. It's because of the highs, because of the happy moments that you don't want to release, right? You're scared to release that, and you're kind of like depending on those moments to hold that connection together, and you almost feel dependent on these happy moments to stay in place. You know, and like for me, it's like the only person that's making me stay in place is me, you know. And by me walking through the gold door, or the door full of golden light, it was like almost like making the choice to free myself from any toxic connections, energy, enmeshment. You know what I mean? I don't know if that made sense, but I figured I share it with you because not many people share these things with each other, and then it's hard for you to like even like, I want to say, comprehend like anything when you're trying to like navigate through anything by yourself, you know. But I feel like if you hear other people's stories, or like, you know, their I want to say input on healing modalities, it helps, you know. Like, it would help me for sure, you know, and maybe it'll help you. But anyways, I hope you're doing well. I need to go. I need to like face today. Take care of yourself and be patient with yourself and give yourself grace and love, you know. And remember that you are powerful, and you can face anything life throws at you. You know, it just requires a shift in perspective, I feel. And sometimes you just need to walk through your imagination to create a new template for what you want life to look like and how you want to feel. All right, I'm going to end it. Blessings to one and all. Amen.